This is the tragic story of Shibli Sadiq, the boy who was killed and eaten by his own friends. 27th August 2023, Shibli Sadiq goes to work. He works on a poultry farm and usually returns around 5 to 6 p.m. But today, he's unusually late. His parents are worried but dismiss any negative thoughts as this has happened before when he had special deliveries at the farm. They keep waiting, but the boy hasn't returned yet. It's past midnight now and the parents are worried sick. They keep calling his phone but he is not picking up. Despite this, they make all the positive assumptions like workload, traffic jams, or anything positive. The night passes and the boy does not return. In the morning, the parents contact all their neighbors and ask about their child, but nobody knows anything. They are still calling their son's phone, but there is no answer. They also contact the farm owner, but for some reason, he does not pick up either. In this stressful and worrisome time, another day passes. 28th August 2023, in the afternoon, they receive a call from their son's number. They let out an instant sigh of relief, but this relief does not last more than a few seconds when their son, Shibli Sadiq, tells them that he has been kidnapped. They are shaken to the core. His voice is weak and trembling, and before they can ask anything else, the phone cuts off. They are really scared and start wondering what to do now, as it is a matter of their son's life. Not long after, they receive another call, but this time it's not their son. It is the kidnappers. The kidnappers tell the parents that they have kidnapped their son, and if they want their son back alive and breathing, they should arrange 15 lakh taka. Taka is the Bangladeshi currency. They will send the location of where to send the money after some time. They strictly warn not to tell the police or else they will not find their son alive. And the phone cuts off immediately. Shibli's parents are shaken. It's like someone pulled the ground from beneath their feet. Their son's life is at stake. But how would they collect this huge amount of money? Shibli's family consisted of only 3 members, his parents and him, as he was an only child. He was a very diligent and obedient boy with big dreams. He wanted to get his parents out of the poverty they were living in, a dream of every lower middle-class child. Along with that, he was very fond of studying and bright student. He was collecting money for his college tuition fee by working on the poultry farm. He was a very hardworking and honest worker. Soon after his job started at the farm owner noticed his honesty and hard work. In no time, he made his way to becoming the manager of the farm. If he kept going like this, he would manage his college tuition fee and maybe achieve his dream. But this dream of his is shattered by kidnappers who are asking for ransom money. His parents are trying their very best to collect that huge sum of money. They are asking their neighbors, relatives, and friends, but is still not enough. 2 days pass by in this hectic money-collecting routine. 30th August 2023. The kidnappers call Shibli's parents once again and ask whether the money has been collected. The parents say they haven't been able to, explaining that it is a huge amount of money and they are already living hand to mouth. Surprisingly, the kidnappers lower the ransom amount. They order the parents to collect 2 lakh taka as soon as they can and tell them they will contact them again. Even though it may seem that the kidnappers lowered a huge sum of money, it was still like a life savings to Shibli's parents. Even so, they set out to collect the money for the sake of their child. They literally ask every person they know and did not know for money. They even contact the shopkeepers in their area. Somehow, they manage the amount and now wait for the kidnappers to call. 31st August 2023. The kidnappers call Shibli's parents and tell them the location where they want the money. The father puts all the money in a bag and sets out to the location. He waits for quite some time, and then 2 masked men approach him. They take the money and tell him, "Your son will come home." Shibli's father happily returns home thinking their son will be coming home now and they don't have to worry anymore. But when he gets home, another bomb drops. His son is still not home. His wife asks about their son, and he explains the situation, telling her to wait. They wait, and wait, thinking positively about the situation, perhaps imagining a traffic jam is causing the delay. This wait extends to 3 more days. 3rd September 2023, Shibli's parents keep contacting their son's phone and the kidnappers, but there is no response. Their son is still not home. Now they decide it's time to involve the police. They fear they might never see their son again despite giving the kidnappers the ransom money. The police at first get angry at the parents for not informing them sooner, but soon they realize the parents' fear of seeing their child get hurt. The investigation begins. The police ask everyone about Shibli, his character, his schedule, his friends, and potential enemies. They find nothing, as Shibli was a very good and obedient boy who never intended harm to anyone. All the neighbors, relatives, and friends praise the boy, and he seemed to have no potential enemies. Until Shibli's mother suddenly remembers that a few days before his disappearance, he had a fight with his coworkers. It was immediately resolved, so Shibli and his parents didn't think much of it. But now that she mentions it, the police start investigating Shibli's coworkers. In the initial investigation, they all deny any involvement in the case. But when the police start asking detailed questions, their statements start to contradict. The police get suspicious. They arrest a few of the most suspicious coworkers as suspects and investigate harshly. To even the police's surprise, the coworkers admitted their crimes. They stated that Shibli was too honest about his work and didn't let anyone slack off. This integrity led to his quick promotion. His coworkers were jealous of him because despite being younger, he was their superior and didn't tolerate laziness. They mentioned that Shibli had multiple fights in the past for this reason, but it was never serious. However, the last fight with Shibli's very good friend was much more serious. After the fight, Shibli, being kind-hearted, didn't think much of it, but his coworkers decided to teach him a lesson. Initially, they planned to kidnap Shibli, take some ransom money, and then free him. But during the commotion, Shibli managed to see the faces of two of them, including his best friend. So they decided to kill him. They first killed him, then dismembered his body and threw the body parts on a nearby mountain. With the help of this statement, the police found the body parts at the mountain. Shibli's best friend even confessed that he ate some of Shibli's body parts as a form of revenge, a particularly disturbing act considering Shibli had considered him a friend. The police took Shibli's killers to the police station. However, they were stopped midway by the villagers, who had heard the heart-wrenching news about Shibli. The villagers stopped the police, dragged one of Shibli's killers, his best friend, and beat him until he died. The main culprit was killed by the villagers, while the other culprits are still in jail and will be punished by the court. However, no punishment can fulfill or replace the loss felt by Shibli's parents, who lost their son, causing them immense pain. This was the story of an 18-year-old Bangladeshi boy who was killed by the very people he called friends. This is a lesson to everyone that not everyone is worthy of your trust.